Hey everyone, Larry here. Wanted to do a little guide or training about the scaling of stats that each commander has. A lot of people may not realize kind of how this functions and why it's important. So if we go over to the tavern here and we go to recruit a champion and we look at the prize pool, we can see which champions we get from the tavern. All these champions you get from the tavern just by playing the game, you're doing daily events, and you get the cards, and you do draws, and you have a chance to get them. I will refer to these as free-to-play champions, because no matter what, whether you pay or not, you will get these champions. These are all quote-unquote free-to-play champions. The other most common way to get champions is by spinning the wheel in the Legendary Advent. Now these champions come and go each, I don't know if it's every week or 2 weeks or whatever. You can spin the wheel and unlock these. The more you spin, the more tokens you get. Basically, you can get them to a higher star level. So I want to go over the differences between these two ways of getting champions and why it's important. If I look at the champion list here, I'll use Miyamoto and Josephine as an example. Now, Miyamoto is bought from the VIP store, but he follows the same rules as the quote-unquote pay-to-win champions they get in the wheel. If I have Miyamoto open here, or any champion, I can click this hamburger menu, and I get some stats here. And for those who don't know, might is an offensive stat. Armor is the counter to might. So armor will reduce the damage you take from a might champion's skills. Strategy is both the offensive and defensive stat for champions. So this affects how much damage you take and how much damage you reduce by strategy-related champions. Now, in this little section here, these green numbers, these are the stat scaling numbers per level, is how this works. So you can see my Miyamoto's level 65. I have gotten 65 times 0.96 might so far as I leveled them up. The max level for a champion is level 120. So every single experience level that you get, all of these stats will go up by this green number. You can see my scaling of might is 0.96. The reason why might is highlighted here is because it's my primary stat for this champion. It's primary because all of his skills are based off of it. See, might bonus. If I go to this skill, might bonus. It's all might bonus. This skill, based on might bonus. This skill is based on might bonus. So all of Miyamoto's skills, his arsenal, will scale off of this number. Now let's look at Josephine, who is a free-to-play champion. You can see that right off the bat innately her scaling is quite a bit worse. Her primary stat only scales at 0.74 per level, which means that at level 120 experience level, she will have only gotten 120 times 0.74 bonus might. And again, all of her skills scale off of might. See this one, might bonus. It's all might bonus, right? It's her primary stat, all of her skills are based off of it. So we can see what this looks like at max level, just with some simple math. So at level 120, just from pure stat scaling, Miyamoto will have 312 might. Josephine will only have 216 might. So that's about a third of a difference. It's about 33% difference in favor of Miyamoto, which is a pretty large number. If they both had the same skills, the same layout, and they were both level 120 and nothing else mattered, your Miyamoto would be doing about 33% more damage than Josephine. Now, not only that, but you can see that his armor point scales better, right? 0.86 versus 0.56. So Miyamoto will also take less damage from a might champion. Not only that, but their strategy, scales better, right? All of their stats scale better for Miyamoto over Josephine. And again, Josephine is a quote-unquote free-to-play champion. Miyamoto is a quote-unquote pay-to-win champion. So that is how the stat scaling works based off of experience. But that's not the whole story. If we go back into the game here, go back to Miyamoto, and I'll press this plus button to look at his star rank. Now, as I select these star ranks, you can see this number right here on the right side, +2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. What this means is that within each star, there is a shard. There's 5 shards per star, right? As you rank them up, you go shard, 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 and then you get the full star. Every single shard that you get gives this bonus. So for the first 5 shards of this primary star 1 for Miyamoto, I get plus 2 might each. So this is a total of 10 might that I get if I max this star out. This next star, each shard is worth 2.5 might. So I'll get 12.5 might from ranking this star fully. This one plus 3, right? So I'll get 15 might, etc., etc. This final star, I'll get 20 bonus might. So I'll get 4 per shard. I'll add these all up, and that's my total might bonus just from shards. So we can see that Miyamoto starts at 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4. Decent scaling. Now if we go to one of the free-to-play commanders, we'll go to Josephine again, and look at her stars. She starts out at 1. She only gets 1 might from each one of these shards. So she gets 5 total. It's half as much as Miyamoto. Star 2, again, she only gets 1. She only gets another 5 might here, where Miyamoto got 12.5. Finally, she gets a piddly 0.5 increase for a total of 7.5 strength, right? So you can see her scaling ends at plus 2 when Miyamoto ended at plus 4. So she's getting quite a bit less might from her star levels than Miyamoto. Now, what does this mean? We can look at these commanders again, and again with some simple math. We can see that a fully starred 5-star Miyamoto will get a total bonus of 74.5 might just from his star levels. So if he was max level 120 and 5 stars, his total strength would be 387. Sorry, not strength, I mean might. I would oftentimes say strength when I mean might. Josephine, on the other hand, her 5 stars give her a total of 37.5 might. You know, it's by like half of what Miyamoto's getting. And total, level 120 Josephine, that's 5-star, will only get 254 might. So again, 130 might difference is a pretty big discrepancy between these two champions if they were both maxed out. So what a lot of people will say is, well, I'm a free-to-play player. I don't want to spend money. I'm not spending money on Miyamoto or a lot on the game. You know, I don't have that kind of money. So I'm going to max out this free-to-play champion because I know I can get her to 5 stars and she'll probably be better, whatever. But if we look, because of the scaling of their primary stats and their stars, a 1-star Miyamoto at level 120 will have 323 strength. That's just a 1-star. That's like you buy him and you never really paid attention to him again. A 5-star Josephine will only have 254, so it's still like a 70 strength difference. It's a huge difference. So even if you are a free-to-play player, having a lower ranked quote-unquote pay-to-win champion just based off of stats is better than a fully maxed out free-to-play champion. Now, every single champion in the tavern follows this same guideline. If you look at any free-to-play champion, they all have pretty bad scaling, right? 0.78, 0.78 is their mine. If you look at any of the quote-unquote pay-to-win ones, Leonidas is going, look, 0.9 scaling. Richard, 1.05. Heck yeah, awesome scaling. If we look at the one mythic champion in the game, which is King Arthur, I think he's unlocked at like max VIP level or something crazy. Look at that. He starts at 120, and look at that scaling, 1.3, 1.03, 1, 0.96. So just based off of stats alone, even though like no one in the world has this champion, maybe there's a couple people, just by his stats, he's going to be a really, really powerful champion. And on top of that, if you look at his stars, look, he starts at +3 for each shard, and he ends at 7. I mean, this is insane. A max. If you ever see a maxed out King Arthur on the field, you should probably just run. So, wanted to provide that bit of information. Hopefully, it adds a little bit of clarity on what champions you should focus on. Now, this doesn't mean that innately a Leonidas is always better than a Josephine or whatever, right? Because at the end of the day, these skills, the signature skills and commander skills for each champion definitely do matter, right? So even though King Derek doesn't have the best scaling. It's pretty good. It's decent. He's still a great champion because he just synergizes well with other ones, right? Same with Hammurabi. So take it with a grain of salt. It's not, hey, this is just better just because of this. You know, the skills all still have to be taken into account. But hopefully that motivates people to look more into spending just a little bit of Empire coins to unlock some of these champions. I mean, it's really not that much to unlock a champion. Is like, you know, what is it? Two of the 5 spins, so less than 10,000 Empire coins. Most people get that in a day or two just from playing the game. So hopefully that helps. And I think that's pretty much all I got. Yeah, if you have any questions, let me know. Or if there's any corrections that you feel need to be made, then happy to tell you to make your own video. Good luck. Thanks.